And the next story is not so much a story as it is a shocking illustration of dangerous law breaking. Now, it comes courtesy of a video that has been widely shared on social media. You might have seen it by now, showing an exchange between a traffic police officer or true traffic police officer and a tuk-tuk operator along what looks like a road linking Nakuru town to section 58 in Nakuru. Now, the bold tuk-tuk driver is clearly seen hurling stones at unarmed traffic police officers and at some point dragging one on the road. He retreats and after a while he is seen driving back, exiting his vehicle or tuk-tuk and carrying on with his assault on the officer. It is, however, unclear what led to this violent exchange between the officer and the tuk-tuk operator, with the Daily Nation's Nakuru Bureau bureau managers to trying to establish that the area is most likely to be the road we mentioned there, linking section 58, that links Nakuru to section 58. Take a look. All right, and that's a good point to begin our discussion this morning, just briefly on what exactly is happening between the citizens and the policemen. Are we becoming a little intolerant? And I'm joined in studio now with my guests. Sam Ochodo is here, Samuel Pogisio, Kabando, and Dr. James Nikal. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming this morning. I'd just like your initial comments on what's happening. You have watched, there were 2 videos yesterday online of citizens assaulting the police. It's not the first time this is happening, but I just want your initial comments as leaders in this country and watching that. Let me begin with Dr. James Nikal. Are we just becoming intolerant, or the citizens have been emboldened?
I think it is an act of lawlessness. Even if the police officers are wrong, I think there are ways to go about it. The judicial system that will take care of that if they're wrong. But to attack a police officer and to see a law enforcement officer running away from somebody who is probably breaking a crime, I mean, you start to lose faith in the system.
Yes.
I think we must, as a country, say, are we ready to obey the law? Are we a country that would like to obey the law? I think that is an extremely important point. As you say, this is not the first time. I think there was a case some years ago.
On Thika Road.
On Thika Road.
Yes.
When actually a policeman was assaulted, hurled to the ground, and then punched.
Yes.
I think this is not acceptable in my view. And I think as we raise our children, as we apply discipline in schools, these are issues that we should bring to the fore and say there's need to respect the law.
Okay. In the other video, Kabando, if you saw it, actually the policeman was armed. He had a gun, but he was fighting this civilian. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Perhaps what is happening is the spread of impunity, that private citizens think they can act against the law and nothing will happen. I would suspect that it is not a common person who will just do that. Maybe individuals around town who think they have power, who think that they have connections. This is what normally happens. You really will find somebody in an interior village.
A kawaida person.
A kawaida person.
Yes.
If you look at the person in tuk-tuk, he seems very emboldened and seems to like, you know, I'm chasing this one. I'm not done. I'll chase the next one. Therefore, I think it's the question of societal impunity. That impunity is getting entrenched in the minds of people. That individual, if he investigates, we would like to know the character of the individual. How does he work? Because he has an identity. We like the publication of the details. There are many boys around town, I'm telling you, who have no regard to policemen, who have no regard to law enforcement agencies because they know that they can cheat their way around. And therefore, maybe that's exactly what is happening. The other possibility is abnormal individuals, yeah? Drug individuals, people who are not in their mental capacities. You know, they are running around town, they are running businesses, and they think they own everybody. Every day, there are many city askaris who are being molested and harassed by individuals in estates. Okay. And because these individuals are money to pay, and they know they will not be taken to court, they will do it tomorrow. Okay. So, I think these individuals identified here should be punished severely. And their details publicized, where they come from, what do they do. By doing so, maybe we'll be opening a bigger issue.
Okay. Pugisho.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Someone also argues that this is the level of intolerance. These are traffic police officers, and if you look at it, probably they may have dealt with this character once or twice because they're on the road and this is a tuk-tuk operator. So you might assume that he's constantly plying that route, so they might have dealt with him.
Yes, I think I want to agree with colleagues, and good morning, everyone. Good morning. The question I need to ask, is how do you categorize tuk-tuks in the transport sector? Are these our legal transportation vehicles, and do they comply now with the new rules of transport? That's very important. But number two is really to know that a policeman in uniform, especially a traffic policeman in uniform, carries the authority which is given to him by his position and should not be molested, should not be attacked, because I think that's one of the things that we need to teach our people. It's about what they call the crown, the authority of the policeman is on traffic. Because if he lifts his hand like that, we are all supposed to stop, right? Yeah, supposing we all start disobeying that, what kind of chaos would that be? Mm-hmm. And so when you chase them from that position, what happens to traffic? So we need to have this. But then there is the other side of this coin, which we must address, which is the bribery which goes on the roads. We must address that. These people get, some of the rogue policemen have become so incensed with taking 50 shillings from every tuk-tuk that on the day the guy doesn't have that money, you expect the guy would just be very mad at you. Yes. Because if you see those roads, a small thing like a tuk-tuk makes very little money, but you still have to take that 50 shillings. So we must also address that issue. I don't agree with attacking police or attacking the law enforcement agencies, but I'm also saying when people get used to you taking bribes, they reduce your value to a place where they just think you're another ordinary person, and that whenever you're in uniform or not, they know you for who you are. So I believe that we need to begin to address those issues. There are issues to be addressed by police department, and there are issues that we must also do in terms of public awareness and public participation. So that's really my take on this.
Okay, and Shem, as you comment on this, I think about two policemen running away from a single individual. That also brings to question the kind of training that these policemen have.
Can allow me, before I comment, to record my condolences to the people who drowned in Lake Victoria, the Uganda side of the lake, coming at a time when we're having the Blue Economy Conference. Clearly one thing that we must address is the security of the transport sector within our waters. In terms of the clip that went viral on social media, I would say that I don't think we have the full story, but by and large I agree with the colleagues that this is a reflection of impunity that we do not find just in ordinary Kenyans. There have been instances in the past when even the state has ignored court decisions. I keep saying that our three biggest problems as Kenya are impunity, graft, and ukabila. The day we'll slay those three dragons, Kenya will really make a huge turn. So to that extent, and I must say, as Mheshimiwa Senator here was saying, in a place like UK or US, attaching a state officer, particularly a policeman, is a very grave offense. You'd rather even commit some other felonies and offenses, but attacking the crown is a very serious offense. And of course, we have had also cases where some policemen are attacked by army officers who are either on holiday or whatever, who get better training than the cops. So we do not really have full story here. But whatever the case is, it's wrong for anyone to take the law into their own hands. Okay. So that cannot be condoned.
Okay, and Kabano?
No, you know, I'm looking at the clip again.
Yes.
When a senator, if you see the clip, you see the first person to throw the stone.
There's a cop throwing the stone.
The first stone
yes.
is thrown by a cop, okay? And they're wrestling down. So I think Dr. Shemoshodo, you are raising a very serious question. We don't have the full story.
Sure.
Where did the incident start?
Right.
Why would a policeman throw a stone? And as they are wrestling from where it starts, the other policeman is on the side on the road. Look where he is. He is hiding. All right? He is not with the other policeman on the road. And the one who is hiding, the one who was away in the trench, like hiding there, is the one who throws a stone. Therefore, this appears to have been a disagreement on bribery. I'm telling you. Yeah, true. Because even a policeman, you are not supposed to throw stones.
Yes.
You are either supposed to use your arm if your life is in danger, or to protect another life, or to use your physical power in order to arrest or to empower the dangerous individual. But here you see the policeman is wrestling the one down, the other one is in the trenches, not at the road on duty. Look, he's hiding, all right? So he is coming from a trench in a hole. The second policeman, the first one to throw the stone, is coming from a hole.
And then he runs back.
All right? And this one, so this is actually, they should answer more questions than the tuk-tuk driver. There's something